live earlier yesterday, early in the morning when I got up, but I didn't. So I obviously, I'm doing this at 3:58 a.m. I got up to use the bathroom. Too much water or whatever before bed, but I had a download this morning. But I want to talk about the dream I had a couple of days prior. Um, there is definitely something, I don't know, for some of you. Okay, so I want to get into matriarchy, and I'm like just diving into this stuff, how basically women were the ones who passed down legacy and were, communal and basically community based. I don't think I said that word right, but community based, nature based, and things like that. And patriarchy came and made it more male based, male centered. All right, and we all know the first original woman, the first all life comes, all life was created, is all traced back to a woman in Africa. Just period. Black women are the a woman is woman woman is God, especially black women. That's just, it is what it is. You can do your research. Anyways, doesn't matter what race, ethnicity, whatever you are. But everything starts back in Africa, by the way. But anyways, a couple days ago, I had a dream about somebody being on a waiting list for a house, a home, something. But so I'll say it was, I was on a, I'll say me, and sometimes when I have these dreams, I don't think, sometimes they're about me, and sometimes they can be downloads for somebody else that needs to hear it. Anyways, in the dream, I was on a waiting list for a home or something. And when I went to tell a mother figure that I know, she was like jealous. Some of you guys have a mother figure, whether this is your own mother or grandmother and aunt. I'm not really getting grandmother. I don't really feel like grandmothers have that jealousy when it comes to their grandkids, especially their granddaughters or sons. I don't really think they have that. But a lot of times mothers have this weird thing with their daughters if they don't check their ego and check themselves prior to having kids, especially daughters. And I really feel like it's like that because of this male-based society. Anyways, so some of you guys have good news coming in, and there's going to be somebody that you want to share this with. It could be, like I said, a mother figure, a sister. It's either like a sister or a mother figure. They're going to be jealous, whether this is your child's mother, your mother, or a sister, a friend, somebody. There's a feminine energy around you, or even a few people that are jealous. Some of you guys are getting approved for stuff. It could be a home, a car, it could be a new job, whatever it is. These people or this person, they're jealous. They don't want you to have it. For some reason, you getting something or something getting passed down to you, or you getting approved for things, it makes them feel some type of way. And that's the downside to feminine energy, because women rule the moon, and the moon is about the subconscious, the psychological things that are hidden. Moon in Latin is luna, and the word lunatic stems from luna. So a lot of times women's behaviors can be very erratic, very, and you know how they say jealousy is a female trait. That a lot of you guys have women around, even if you're a man, there's women. Hey, Sabrina. Thank you so much for your like, Sabrina. There's women around you, or a particular woman. No, I'm doing a download that that's jealous. So you guys could be getting, I would say, keep your good news to yourself. Keep your good I don't do free readings, Sabrina. When I do readings, I usually do them for like $5 or $10, but I'm not doing that tonight. But yeah, I always do like $5 or $10 readings. I don't ever do just like free questions. Like that's an energy exchange, and yeah. Um, you guys are getting approved for something, don't tell nobody. If you're on a waiting list for something, don't tell nobody until you actually get it, until it's signed, sealed, and you got your keys, or you sign on a dotted line, or you got, you're officially hired, because there's people around you, and it's not that they don't want you to have it, but they're not really happy for you either. It's really weird. I feel like there's somebody around you guys and it's something to do with like mother figures. This could be like your in-laws. If you have children with somebody, their mother doesn't like you. Somebody's okay. And back to the dream I had tonight, when I got up to use the bathroom, there was a mother figure of someone that I'm connected to. I was showcasing my artwork, and then she was showcasing hers, but she was mixing hers into mine. It's like something about enmeshment. Okay, so you guys could have dealt with enmeshment with your mother, whether you're a man or woman, or this could be like your in-law, your mother-in-law, or if you have children, your child's grandmother from their father's side. It can be something, there's some type of spiritual, psychic, and emotional enmeshment that's going on right now. For a lot of you guys, whatever you're struggling with is not even yours to be struggling with, it's somebody else's. And I don't know if they're intentionally trying to put this on you, energetically, spiritually. A lot of y'all have to understand, when y'all be thinking tarot readers are crazy and this, that, and the third, y'all gotta really think back in science. It all correlates. Who was the first human to get here? Who was the first animal to be created? Who created the first fucking tree, the first fucking rock, the first whatever? That's something bigger than ourselves. So when you hear readers talk about ancestral trauma, spiritual warfare, that shit is real. Hey, my girl, my mom is Emmesh. I can't stand the saboteur snake. I don't celebrate toxic, period. Y'all gotta understand, like, all of this spiritual warfare is real. How do y'all, I mean, let's use our brains here. How y'all don't believe in cults, y'all don't believe in spell work, but you believe the first animal, who the fuck created the first animal, the first person on this fucking earth? How did the sun get? Clearly, there's a God. Clearly, there's some type of universe. There's something, a higher energy and higher being than ourselves. Energy is a real thing. Spiritual warfare is real. And it may not always look like spell work, voodoo dolls, and witchcraft. Sometimes it's simply people talking against your plans. Sometimes it's simply a person stressing you out on purpose to destabilize you emotionally and psychologically, so they can look like they're doing better than you. Sometimes witchcraft looks like a person gaslighting you, distorting your reality, distorting your view of things. It's not always about people mixing potions. And that could be what it is. A lot of tarot readers, some tarot readers, they make it too, they don't, there's no balance of practicality when they explain the things. There needs to, and again, it's tarot, so it's never going to really be practical. But when you're trying to really reach the masses, you gotta have to, when you're a skilled teacher, because there's tarot readers, and then there's like readers who are also like really tapped in but also know how to teach. You know what I'm saying? And when you learn how to teach, you know how to get to the level of your audience. And when you're on a broad platform like YouTube, you have to understand you're talking to people that are not going to resonate with the terms witchcraft, spell work, voodoo, hoodoo, and things, sex magic and things like that. But a form of sex magic can simply be you having sex with somebody, and they're asking you to affirm things, or they're affirming things while they're having sex with you, or they're telling you when you come, look me in my eyes and say that. That's a form of sex magic. A form of energy harvesting. A person starting an argument or fight with you, they're able to regulate their emotions by dumping on you, and then they walk away feeling better and you walk away feeling drained. That's energy harvesting in layman terms, in practical terms. That's a form of energy harvesting. A person that's initiating an argument with you, dumping all that negativity onto you, they offload. They're then able, they have regulated their nervous system, they have regulated their emotions, and then you're there feeling destabilized or ungrounded, and they walk away feeling peaceful and calm. Again, that's a form of energy harvesting in a practical sense. Are there people out in the world who fucking use blood and fucking and herbs and chant and stuff? Yes. But then there's practical ways that people also do witchcraft and spell work. You can tell a person, I want to lose 10 pounds. They're going to say, you always say that. They're going to say, you know you can't do that. You know damn well you don't got the discipline. That's a form of spell work. A person talking against your plans is a spell, a verbal spell. Okay, I had to remember I'm not wrestling with flesh and blood. I'm wrestling with spiritual wickedness. Yeah, you're reading my life. She's always casting spells of aspiration. I like teaching readers, teach the children, period. Yeah, and you got, and some, I'm the curse breaker you're talking about. My TFPFs, trash. Oh, Twin Flames parents, trash for parents, period. So a lot of the things that y'all go through with people, it's not really about the person, it's really spiritual. A lot of people have things attached to them. Look up the 7 deadly sins. Look up the 7 deadly sins. It don't take much for a person to be your op. A person who is trying to cause you unnecessary stress and adversity, especially after you tell them you really have a lot going on, especially when they know that you have a lot on your plate, that's a op. And that's a person who wants to destabilize you emotionally, psychologically, so that you can't have energy, so that you don't have the clarity, so that you don't have the mental well-being to make the moves you need to make. That's a form of witchcraft too. That's a form of oppression. That's a form of trying to bind you to poverty. So again, that's in practical terms. They're not going to come out right. Again, everybody's not using voodoo dolls and sticking pins and shit into dolls, and you feeling your leg. You like, oh, why's my leg going numb? Or why's my back hurt? Some people do, and then some people it's just they can. Again, they can start and people can destabilize you simply by causing you stress for no reason. And let me tell you something. Some people are on assignment. When you dealing with a person who you've been nothing but good to, you've never given this person no reason to hate you or to be malice towards you, to be malicious towards you, they're on assignment. They're there to destabilize you. Whether they know it or not, they are on assignment. They are ran by something bigger than themselves. And half of the time, they don't even know that they're being used to be on assignment. What herbs can we drink to break any spells or hex that has been placed on us? I like lemon water. Lemons are great at breaking curses and banishing negative energy. Drink some lemon water. Drink lemon water. And also like parasites and cancer cells and things like that, they hate cayenne pepper. Drink some lemon water and cayenne pepper. That's another thing. Look, a helicopter at this time of night. Some of you guys have, again, is monitoring spirits, distractions. It's people hoovering. It's people trying to remote view you spiritually. It's people sending people to be around you to get information to see where you're at. And some of you guys, these are people that you have kids with, or people in your family, friends. They're on assignment. They're being used to monitor you. Oh, and they don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. Yes, I have monitoring spirits. I don't know how to get rid of them. Deep clean your house, cleanse. I have been saging and cleansing like crazy. Yeah. Put clear ammonia and or clear ammonia like a little bit, put little drops of clear ammonia in all the corners of your house, in all the rooms, the window sills, because windows are portals, mirrors are portals. Wipe your windows down that you have in your house with vinegar. Say a prayer over them while you wipe them down. And in all corners of the house, put clear ammonia. And be mindful of who you let come in your house. Be mindful because when when you cleanse like that and you let a person that has no good energy come back in, it's like you got to do the process all over again, because they may have something attached to them energetically and spiritually. And hey, Siddhartha, they may have something attached to them spiritually and energetically that they may not be aware of. Some people don't even know that they're being used, as they're being exploited to make your life hard for another person around them to get something out of it. Sometimes some people are in on it, and sometimes they're so lost and they're so unawakened, they can't even fucking tell. They can't even tell. So when you're dealing with people that are being difficult to you for no reason, they're on assignment. That means something is more spiritual than it is about it being about logic. And Sabrina, what you can also do, you can get black tourmaline and you can put it in all four corners of your room, or all corners of your house if you don't have any pets or small children that will get into them. So if you can do that too for protection, and put white salt or cracked eggshells in your windowsills and in the front of your door. This water sign is stalking me for my abundant energy. He don't No, girl, you need black tourmaline. You need black tourmaline. Black tourmaline or black obsidian, really. You need black crystals. Hematite is good, but I feel like black tourmaline and black obsidian are the best. Hold on, Toya, this water sign is stalking me for my abundant energy. He don't know that I know he's secretly a warlock that attaches himself to abundant energy, so he stalks my work and uses as his own. I stopped posting. That's crazy. A lot of men do this to women, and you know why? You know where they get that from? Their mother. A lot of these men who are warlocks, they get that shit from their mother. It's their mother. A lot of these men are hateful. They're weird because of their fucking weird ass mothers. That's what it is. It's their weird ass, hateful, bitter, nasty, judgmental, superficial, materialistic, nasty fucking mothers. What about because it seems like you have the same knowledge I do. You're the only one that I actually knows about this stuff like I do. I never thought I'd meet somebody who knows about monitoring spirits and all. Now, that's how my ex was. Girl, if I can tell y'all stories for days. All of this started around my 12th house perfection year when I was 23. I was in a relationship with a Taurus. He's Haitian. He was born in Haiti. And he admitted, his mother admitted to me as well, that she was doing witchcraft and spell work. Like she was doing voodoo on us so that we won't break up. She said it to my face, and she laughed. She laughed and she was like, "Yeah, I did voodoo." She said, "Yeah, like what you gonna do about it?" Like she was arrogant about it. I only dated once, and it wasn't a coincidence that he was karmic, sent to ruin my life. His mother was doing witchcraft. A lot of people don't believe in this stuff, but they can't fathom why. Yeah, his mother, and I'm gonna tell you another crazy thing. His mother, she was like, "Yeah, I did voodoo," and for the life of me, guys, when I wanted to break up with him, I couldn't. We didn't get along. All we did was argue. The only time we got along is when we were having sex. That was the only really good thing about that relationship was the sex. It was very codependent. All we did was fight like cats and dogs. And yeah, I wanted to break up. We were together for 2 years, and I remember I used to work at a yoga studio when I was with him. When I was about 24, 25, around the time I broke up with him. And I remember going into the stock room, the bathroom, the locker room. Sometimes I would sit and cry because I would be like, oh my God, why can't I break up with him? I don't want to be with him. I would be like, God, please help me. I don't want to be with him. Why can't I break up with him? I had to, so what I did was I stopped going to his mother's house. I stopped eating her fucking food. I stopped fucking him. I limited my time with him and I kept myself busy. And I spent a lot of time sweating. Sweating is a great way to purify and not just purify and cleanse toxins, because demons are basically toxins. Okay? Sweat, sweat, sweat. Sweating is very good. It's working out, sweating, even if it's not working out, even if it's walking, even if it's taking, even if it's steaming your bathroom with put the shower on hot and just close your bathroom door and turn it into a fucking steam room. Sweat. Sweat is another way to get rid of toxic energy. Sweating. 222. Y'all could be seeing sweating is somebody could be born on April 20th or April 2nd, 4:20 on the clock. Sweating is a great way, or something could have happened on April 20th last month or last year, but sweating is a great way to release toxins and help with demonic attachments. Sweating. That's some crazy shit right there. I felt like the monitoring spirit sent to me my ex to have him do me dirty. Yeah. His mom was doing witchcraft. It made me confused. Yep. I know the feeling, the exact thing happened to me, did the right thing. Yeah, I'm telling you. And you know what's crazy what he said to me when we broke up? I think we were having an argument. He said, if you don't have a baby with me, he said, I hope if you have a baby one day, I hope your baby comes down. He said, I hope your baby has Down syndrome. That's a form of a curse. That's a form of a curse. And that I was 25, I was like 24, I'm 34. He said that to me, but way before I had my daughter. But you got people like that will curse you. That's a form of a curse. That's a app. Yeah, it's a word curse. He said, I hope whatever child you have, if it's not with me, I hope that whatever child you have has Down syndrome. And he laughed. And you know why it was easy for him to be hateful and weird? His mother was hateful and weird. That bitch was weird, and she was toxic as fuck. Very superficial too. And bitter. So yeah, I was 24 years old. I didn't have my daughter until I was 32. People will, yes, his mother was a Rosie. What is that? What does that mean, Sabrina? Yes, his mother was toxic to me too. People will curse things before you even fucking get it. That's casting spells of aspirations with words. Aren't words are spells. Words are spells. He literally said, I hope your child has Down syndrome. I was 24 years old around the time he said that, I believe, or 24, 25. I believe we got together when I was 23. We were together for 2 years. Anyways, he said that to me a decade before I had my daughter. Thank God she's healthy, she's beautiful. But but it's crazy how people will curse things before you even fucking get it. There's men who will curse your wombs. There's people that will curse your wombs. There's people that will curse your plans, curse your business, curse your decisions before you can even fucking enjoy it, before they even come in. If they even think it's something you would like, they will fucking curse it, or they will speak words that put it out. I guess aspirations, what Toya said, they'll speak against what it is that you're desiring. That's all of that is witchcraft. All of that is spells. My ex also wish My ex wished I get cheated on and used in my next relationship. That's crazy. My ex also wished that I never be successful in my life. My ex also wished, that's crazy. That's why my next relationship I have, I'm not telling my partner what I'm doing in my life. Yeah. I had an ex in high school. He was Dominican. I mean, we cool now, but he's an Aries, and our mutual friend, who's a Virgo, she was heavily into witchcraft and all of that when we were in high school. We were 15. Him and I broke up. She told him, he put me in a freezer. He did a freezer, hey Arlen, he did a freezer spell to get me to come back to him. And he told me this out his mouth. And so when y'all hear readers talk about, oh, bitches is doing spell work, or men are doing spell work to keep people stuck in relationships, it's a real thing. 15 years old, my ex, my Dominican ex, told me that he put my name in the freezer so I can come back to him. So when y'all say readers are crazy or that stuff is, I want y'all to think back into science. How the first person, the first animal was created. There's something bigger than us. And when I mean something bigger than us, I'm talking about energy. Things that can't always be seen but felt. Everything is created from energy. That's what I'm saying too. Hey, PS. I notice every guy I'm with, somebody always getting involved. I try so hard to be freaking private, and the guys are so. Oh my, Sabrina. I'm Cuban and live in Miami. Almost everyone here is into Santeria. It's a real thing. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. My Dominican ex he said it, he said the words out his mouth. Oh, I put you in a freezer for you to come back to me. And it worked. I went back to him, but guess what? All we did was fight. So when y'all deal with situations where y'all are dealing with men and they have exes, they have baby mothers, ex-wives, or their own mothers, and them bitches is putting them niggas in freezers, or they going to get witchcraft done, it's a real thing. People will pay, and you got some people that will pay big money to keep people stuck. And a lot of people don't believe that these things are happening, but for they can't fathom why they can't leave somebody alone. They can't fathom why they keep going back to somebody who doesn't respect them, who stresses them out, who abuses them. You got men that keep fucking women who don't respect them, who don't like their kids, who don't fucking treat them well, who talk to them any kind of way, but yet they can't stop fucking them. That's a fucking form of that's witchcraft. How you can't stop fucking somebody that does not mean you well? How you can't stop fucking somebody that's not good for you? That's a spell. That's like some type of binding spell. If you can't break free from somebody that you've been trying to break free from for years and decades, and you just say, fuck it, I give up, I'm just gonna stay with this person, that's a fucking spell. You are oppressed. You're oppressed. Period. You keep taking a man back who cheats, who uses you, who does this, that, and the third. Again, that's a spell. That's why you see so many men, so many couples literally. I'm telling you, it backfires. A lot of these women be doing witchcraft on men to keep them in the house with them or to keep them from fucking even seeing their kids that they have with other women because they don't want them around them. They don't want them to be around the woman, or they don't want them really around any woman, not even their own daughters, sisters, mothers, whatever. And that's why these men end up becoming mean, crazy, heartless, because their soul is being bound. A lot of women will pay good money to have this shit done. A lot of people who do shit to you, they will speak words in your ear while you're sleeping. I had an ex said he kissed me 100 times one time while I was asleep. He was African, from Ghana. His family from Ghana. And now that I think about it, a lot of men that I've dated have done spell work on me or have tried to. I'm trying to keep the relationship private. I'm trying to protect my relationship, but the guys I involve myself don't even protect. Sabrina, I can relate to that. Men are so, and you know what it is? Men are so out of touch with their femininity. Femininity is secrecy. Masculine energy, which is ruled by the sun, is all about extroversion, performance, being seen, practical, proof, evidence. A lot of men are so dis are just so out of touch with their feminine energy. They don't know what to keep to themselves. They don't know. A lot of men don't know how to protect themselves spiritually. That's why it's very easy for a lot of men to be attacked. It's really desperate. The door is always open with me, and you can get the fuck out, period. I have an open door policy that works both ways. You're always welcome, and you're always welcome to leave. I don't hold nobody hostage. Anybody that's around me and it's attached to me is due to their own free will. It's because they like me. It's because they've got to know me, they've gotten comfortable with me, and they realize I'm a safe space. But unfortunately, sometimes they're not always a safe space for me. So then I gotta get the fuck. That's it. I've never tried to hold no man hostage through spell work, ever. I never had to. But they always try to do it to me. They've always tried to do it to me. I've never done that. But anyways, that Dominican ex-boyfriend in high school, my Virgo friend helped him put me in the freezer. She told him to do the freezer spell to bring me back to him. And again, I went back to him, but we kept arguing and fighting, and we ended up breaking up fully for good. And I do feel like there's certain people that are more susceptible to spell work, or that are, I don't want to say that because I feel like everybody's susceptible, but there's some people that are more, they're weaker energetically because they may have addictions, codependency, they don't really know themselves, they're ignorant. And thankfully, I've never been a follower. I've never been a follower. I've always had my own mind, even as a teenager. All my friends were smoking weed by the time we were 12 or 13. And I never, ever, never did it. I didn't try weed for the first time in my life until I was like 27, 28, or 29. And I didn't like it. I did it once. I took a puff or two, and I never did it. I don't fall under peer pressure. And I feel like people that succumb to peer pressure are more likely to stay under the influence of witchcraft, manipulation, and shit like that. Low vibrational, too easier to attack, yeah. And we all get in places in our lives where we're low vibrational. When you're sick, when you're sad, when you're angry, when you're bitter, you're in a low vibrational energy. When you're prideful, you're being egotistical, that's a low vibrational energy. Look up the 7 deadly sins. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all, I don't talk out my ass. I'm not that reader that talks out their ass. I don't. I don't talk out my ass. But this shit is real. I feel like back to the oh, real quick, Sabrina, I wanted to touch on that with the private relationship. So that same Virgo friend, guys, check this out. Same Virgo friend was trying to hook me up with our mutual friend, a guy. Her and the Sagittarius friend, they was on three-way conversations talking about me, discussing me with him. They claimed they were trying to give him advice. But mind you, the first time him and I were intimate before they knew, the sex was great. As soon as he told them, the energy was off. Something about him was off. And I've been repulsed by him. Hello, Diamond. I've been repulsed by him ever since. I've been repulsed by him ever since. You got people, friends, so-called friends, family that act like they're giving your partner, you, or someone who's interested in you good advice, moral support, when they're doing the fucking opposite. When they're causing illusions and when they're fucking causing confusion and distorting the fucking reality. Let me tell you the superpower of a woman and how it can be also a weapon. Women are ruled by the moon. Men rule the sun, women rule the moon. In Latin, moon is called Luna. What else translates, what else can we use Luna with? Lunatic. Okay, the moon rules the subconscious and it rules the hidden, it rules what's underneath, it rules what's in the dark. A woman's superpower, women make or break people, environments. A woman can influence the energy of a whole dynamic for better or for worse. So when there's distorted and let me correct that. Because yes, women are ruled by the moon and men are the sun, but keep in mind, men and women have both polarities within us. So a man could get advice from his male friend or female friend or anybody. Forget gender. Again, we all have male and female energies and traits within us. Okay? When somebody's feminine energy is distorted, man or woman, they cause confusion. They create illusions. They create illusions and they cause confusion. Okay? So I'm not even going to say women make or break environments, men too, because again, we both have those energies within us. Feminine energy makes or breaks the energetic space of an environment. So if you have women or you have people around you, and I really want to say women because my dreams have been about that. There's men or a man that you guys could have dealt with who surrounds himself with a particular woman or multiple women in his life, whether this is his mother, his sister, his aunts, his girlfriends, his baby mother, wife, whoever, or his hoes. These women don't mean this man any well, and they use this man as a monitoring spirit and as a way to make your life hard. There's a man who's being exploited. Y'all could have been married to this person. You may have kids with this person. You could have dated them, slept with them. Sometimes you can meet a brand new person and they don't even know that they're being exploited. You come into the situation with open heart, open arms, and this motherfucker is just trying to give you a run for your money for no reason. But the bitch at home or the bitch that he keep going back to who's fucked his friends, who's beat on him, done this, done that, he can't seem to do that to her. And little does he know, she's using him on assignment to get through you. How do people use you as a monitoring spirit? Okay, so easy. So I'm trying to figure out how to put it in, how to verbally say it. Like, is the spirit on them that reports all the information to the sender? So basically, so how a person can use somebody as a monitoring spirit, it can be simple as, and you know what's crazy? To find out what's going on, they use my son as one. I didn't know you had a son, Arlen. Oh my God. Oh, how old is he? Basically, a person can use they can use somebody as a monitoring spirit without that person knowing, by simply just that person being around you. If it could be a child, like Arlen said, it could be a child, it could be your child's father, your child's mother, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. If you have to be around that person, and you know, they're looking at your mannerisms, they're seeing how you react to things, y'all having certain conversations about certain topics, they see what triggers you, what doesn't trigger you, they go back. The person may not outright ask them, oh, so what did so and so say, or how did they react? They can catch them when they're, smoking together, pillow talking, casual conversation, and then you just come up, or that a topic comes up and your name is brought up, and boom, oh yeah, so and so said this, or so and so did that, and next thing you know, that other person has the information that they need on you. That's all it takes. Nothing to do with the conversation, but what is the spiritual warfare is real. Yes, he's 23, just graduated last week, bachelor's in cybersecurity. Okay, period, Arlen. Period. You did the damn thing. He doesn't even know it's by his dad. A lot of people that we have children with, especially these men, a lot of them are warlocks. A lot of them are dark. They have dark mothers. And the women that they lay up with, that they stick with, are usually really dark and act just like their mothers. That's why it's hard for them to get away from them now, because the bitch that they're with and their mother are just alike. Nasty, hateful, judgmental, superficial, selfish, and bitter. Yeah. Anything else we can do to protect ourselves? Be mindful of who you share information with. I just had a situation. Anyways, be mindful of who you share information with. And when you're around certain people, when you're around somebody, whether you have kids with them, whether you have to work with them, a family member, whatever, be mindful of a person trying to trigger you. When a person knows what triggers you, they will use, whether they know they're a monitoring spirit and they're a willing participant, or they don't realize it. But when a person is on assignment, whether they realize it or not, when they're being used to target you, whether they're conscious of it or not, they will find out your triggers and purposely trigger you to get reactions out of you, to destabilize you. When you have to deal with a person like that, and I just learned this the other day, I just learned this Friday. I just learned this. No, I just learned this Thursday. I just learned this because I had an interaction with a particular person that what they did Thursday was very intentional. They were on assignment. And I kept even asking, did you come here to start an argument on purpose? And they didn't deny it. So whether somebody sent them in to do it, or did it on their own, or there was a spirit, whatever, sometimes people will come in with the agenda to just destabilize you or try to destabilize you and throw you off balance. And whether they go back and tell somebody what happened, whether it's their mother, their girlfriend, the bitch they lay up with, their friends, whoever that's exploiting them and using them as their lackey to do their dirty work, to do their bidding. Okay? What about getting readings from readers? They find out who you're dating, about your finances, what you're buying, if you're going out spending money to attack what you got going on, and that's period. Arlen, that's a fact. That's a fucking fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. They see what you're where you're living, what you're wearing, what you're buying, what you have, what you're not buying, to monitor and see where you're at financially, to see where you're at energetically, to see where you're at emotionally and mentally, to see what they can try to destabilize, what they can attack. If they know that you're still upset, or or something still triggers you, they will purposely trigger you with it and go back and tell their master, their little puppet master, whether it's their mother or their bitch or their friends, so-called friends. And then those people will take what they need, their information, and do what they need to do to attack you. Using and you know what's crazy? The person that has to be around you, or that's being used to monitor you and attack you and oppress you and bully you and be tyrannical to you, a lot of times they don't even know that they're being exploited, and then they be the ones with bad karma. They okay. I find myself addicted to readings. How do I break out of it? I don't want to do readings anymore. I be spending money at times getting readings, and most of the time the readings do the opposite. I don't think getting readings is good. Like, it predicts, but I always find it out changes the future. Keep yourself busy, and yes, it's addicting. They send conflicting energy to your loved ones to cause discord and chaos. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. Yeah, it is, and I find it ruins my life. Like, there may be good blessings for you, and the readers who predict good things, it can change the outcome. So I look at getting readings and asking about future outcomes as a negative. I don't think we aren't supposed to know, and it changes. I agree with you, Sabrina. I want to get out of the tarot community. I got to stop going to these readings. I gave my reader up because she wasn't growing up, even as a spiritualist. I know it's my life literally have to hide stuff from my own son because they will get the info out of him. It's sad he doesn't realize it. I also gave my reader up after 4 years. He's garbage. Toya, most of the time, reading should be confirmation. Thank you. There you go, Arlen. When you're using readings to thank you, Arlen. It's very important that you're in a grounded space, because when readings can't, a reader cannot alter your outcome or your reality. They can't do that. They can't. That's not, you don't, nobody has more power and control over you and your life but you, and whatever your natural destiny is. Period. That's why it's very that's why it's very important. Number one, be mindful of who you're getting a reading from. Use your discernment. I'm sorry. She said mine was good, but she was addicted to wearing very low cleavage tops. I was so annoyed. She got mad at me after 7 years of her client. Yeah, I don't like readers who like got their titties and shit out. Like, put some clothes on. That's annoying. Or readers who are constantly, I don't know. It's just, I don't really watch. I look at readings for entertainment. Have a good night, Sabrina. I look at readings as entertainment. I don't look at it as my end all be all. Like, I don't, and if I feel like a reader is being too negative or it doesn't resonate with me, I simply I don't watch. I don't, everything, every reading is not going to resonate. And you have some readers. Can you please talk about spiritual? What about spiritual? Oh, Diamond, I touch on spiritual warfare earlier in the live, so you may have to replay. You may have to replay the live. But I did touch on it. I'm about to get off because I want to go back to sleep. So, but I touched on spiritual warfare, Diamond. You just may have to replay it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, be mindful of who you're getting readings from, and also you have to be grounded. You have to be grounded. If you're in a very distorted place, I wouldn't. Sabrina deleted all her messages. Arlen, you funny. Oh. Arlen, you're funny. That's sad. But you know what it is? Honestly, some people will watch, if they know that you watch tarot, some people will watch to see if you're making comments. Like, sometimes I don't comment on certain readings because I'm telling you, people be watching me, and it's not to be paranoid. I deleted. Why you deleted? Wait, why do people delete their messages? Why you delete yours, Toya? People be monitoring everything. Oh, people be monitoring everything. I'm telling you, people monitor every fucking thing. They monitor everything. For sure, I get it. Stalkers around. Oh, all of you crack me up. Oh, I didn't even think this live was going to even last this long because the reader might be watching. Shady boots. I can't. Y'all are funny. Hey, Jen. Jen in the house. Y'all are hilarious. Oh my God, I gotta go back to sleep. I cannot. Yo, read my other comment. I think it's a mental issue. Yo, I cannot. I love y'all so much. Y'all are so fucking hilarious. A lot of this shit is a mental issue. No, dead ass. Me too, Toya. I'm serious too. A lot of this shit is a mental issue. When people are on assignment trying to target you for no reason, when the live is gonna be up, but I'm about to hop off. But when people target you for no reason and you haven't done nothing to warrant them attacking you, that's a mental issue. That is a mental issue. It's psychosis. And those are the same people that got their own fucking shit going on that be trying to destabilize you. Like, excuse me, how you trying to stress me out when you already under stress, or like they target because of envy mainly. Yeah, a person could envy you and be mad that your life is like some people can hate how you manage stress well because they can't. They gotta basically sedate themselves to be around certain people that they live with, certain people that they date, certain shit that they do. Meanwhile, you don't have to do that. Even if your life is stressful, even if your life is a bit chaotic, you manage it well. A person could be jealous and envious of how well you manage stress and how well you manage your fucking life. Because if they couldn't do it or they can't do it. So they'll want to destabilize you as if you don't have enough going on already. A lot of people are mentally sick. A lot of people are not mentally well. A lot of people do not need to be amongst the general public. I'm so serious. A lot of people are not getting therapy. They think getting a job, they think making six figures, they think getting a car, they think getting a new body, they think getting new clothes, getting new sneakers, getting a new home is gonna fix their character. They think it's gonna fucking, and yeah, those things are important, but when that's all you focus on, when that's all you care about, there's no character development. And when there's no character development, there's no fucking growth. I'm talking about my reader. I think peace is majorly envied. Yeah, peace is envied. I agree. The internet exposed all the crazies in the world. Yeah, Arlen, to touch on what you said, a lot of people are anti their own peace. So they'll try to come and disturb yours. Some people thrive off of chaos. They thrive off of gossip. They thrive off of chaos. They thrive off of having problems. They thrive off of other people having problems. They thrive off of causing problems for other people. Some people thrive off of causing division, discord. They don't care if there's kids involved. They don't care if the kids are going to suffer. A lot of people are just very hateful and demonic spirits on them. They're not, and a lot of these people are convinced that they're good people or that they were raised right, and they're not. A lot of people are very delusional. They're delusional about their upbringing, the weird power dynamics in their families. They're delusional about who they lay up with, who they keep themselves around. It's crazy. They're delusional about who the fuck they are, mostly and mainly. A person can hate you because despite you having stress, despite you having struggles, you're still happy, you're still peaceful. They can have more than you and still envy you because you're peaceful, because you're at peace, because you're content. You can be broke, you can be struggling, you can be in and out of jobs, your finances could be fluctuating, your health could be fluctuating, you can be going through fucking homelessness and still be at peace. And a person will envy that you're still able to keep it together and not be bitter about it. Meanwhile, they can have more than you and still be and still want to and still want you and want and still, and you got some people that even if they're doing good, even if they have a new home, a new car, a new job, they don't want you to have it. They like the idea of you feeling of in their little distorted reality. Some people like to feel like you're beneath them. That's why you'll see people, they'll be married, they'll have kids, or they'll have a boyfriend or girlfriend, they'll have somebody at home, but they don't want you to have one. And you be like, well, you have it, why can't I? They like the idea. Some people can only enjoy what they have as long as you don't have it. Some people only enjoy what they have because you're not there yet. That's why when the evil when the loving the playing field is leveled, they become disinterested in what they have at home or what they have, or it loses its spark. I don't hang with family no more because they only wanted to use me and give nothing in return because of intimidation by my strength. You're talking about my sister, been competing with me all our life and has more than me, child. That feminine energy. Feminine energy, whether it's through a woman or a man, can be very distorted that way. A lot of men don't realize when they're in their feminine energy, when they're being jealous, catty, they're trying to. A man who's addicted to chaos is really in their feminine energy, not their masculine energy. A man who brings chaos, confusion, is more feminine than he is masculine. Because masculine energy brings routine, they bring structure, they bring discipline, and they bring consistency, and they stabilize things. A man who's trying to destabilize you is very feminine. That's a very feminine trait because feminine energy is very chaotic, it's very up and down, it's all over the place, it's very fluid. So a man who's not bringing you peace, he's a bitch. So when these overly macho men who try to bully you, who don't want to provide or who don't want to help out, especially when it comes to kids and shit, they're in their feminine energy. They think they're in their masculine energy because they're being aggressive and mean and a bully, but they're really in their feminine energy. Masculine energy stabilizes. A lot of these men are unstable and they cause instability to the lives of people around them. But let them tell it, they're super masculine, right? And those be the most feminine niggas of them all. Sounds like my dad. Bitch been in his blood. Soraka, 1960. What does Soraka mean? What does that mean? Don't judge me, but what does that word mean, Soraka? What is that? If I said it right. But yeah, people can have more than you. Like I said, some people can only enjoy their life when they have more than you. That's it. They got a job, you don't have a job, they're happy. When you get a job too, they're not happy. They get a new house, you get a new house, they not happy. Some people just, they live their lives in comparison mode and they live their lives always one-upping people. Yeah, bitch ass nigga, period, Jen. A lot of people live their lives in comparison mode, so they like when you're down and they're up. They want to feel above you. They don't want you to be stable if they're stable. They like when they feel like you're beneath them. Especially people who value material things over character development. Anybody that values money, possessions, cars, clothes, and shit like that over community, over love, over connection is somebody that I'll never trust. Oh, Toya. Okay, okay. I didn't. Oh, okay. Thank you for explaining that to me. They're competing with themselves. No one has to, for that, only pay attention to exactly what's on your plate. But people like that, it's disgusting, really pathetic. My life was like a movie. Who the bleep did I marry? I'm telling you, people that you marry, you have kids with, you lay up with, they be crazy. They don't, a lot of times no lie, like sometimes the person you have a child with is your biggest opposition or one of them. And don't let them have a bitch that they live with or lay up with or fuck or don't let it, or their mother or whoever, they'll fucking help them try to fucking oppress you, or they'll enable it and condone it. A person who watches and sees what's going on and doesn't say anything is just as bad as the person or people who were doing it. There's an injustice being done to somebody, but you don't say something and you think, well, I'm not doing it, but you know about it and you're not stepping in. You're just as bad as the person or people who are causing the issue. My mom been in a secretly abusive marriage for many years. Unfortunately, I have to call him dad, but he told women should be beaten hard, like you said, he pointing at me. That's crazy. And you know what's crazy with your stepfather? He's in his feminine energy more than his masculine energy. Masculine energy is not chaotic. It's straightforward, it's honest, it's clean, it's clear cut, it's structured, it's disciplined, it's self-controlled. Feminine energy is the opposite of that. Chaotic, discord, abuse, the darker side to it. Feminine, it's dark, it's secretive. So a lot of these men that think beating children or beating women or suppressing women, they're in their feminine energy. That's the very opposite of masculine energy. Masculine energy protects and provides. People need to do their fucking research. Patriarchy has done a number on men. And that's why a lot of men suffer with their health and their psychological well-being. A lot of men are suicidal because of patriarchy. A lot of women who are male-centered suffer. Oh, biological father. Oh, I said he was a bitch in his blood, but that genetic defect never passed to me, which is why we don't get along. Yeah, it be like that. Sometimes fathers will hate their own daughters if they can't get them to submit. A man who has that type of distorted belief about women can't even be trusted around their own daughters, because they see everything that about a woman as a means to oppress and dominate, and it's really weird. But to circle back real quick to the dream download, there's a mother figure that's very enmeshed in with you, or they're trying to be. This could be your own mother. This could be like a mother-in-law. This can be like I'm getting heavy, like somebody's mother, or like a mother-in-law. Or if you have children with somebody, their mother, like your child's grandmother. Okay, on the father side, there's a feminine energy here, a mother figure that's trying to overshadow you. Or if you have a child, or this could be like if you have children with somebody and they have another child's mother, it could be that person too. But there's something about a mother figure. It was really an older mother figure, but again, it could be whatever age. I'm intuitive, so I know my mom is scared of him, but I can't help her. She's a snake. She better call the police or God or somebody. But and no disrespect to your mom, Toya, or your father, but when you're a fucked up individual, the person you lay down with is a direct reflection of that. You will always end up with the person who's a reflection of who you are at your core. It doesn't matter what you tell people, I'm a good man, I'm a good woman. The person you lay down with every night, or the type of people you lay with, whether casually, romantically, long term, or whatever, it's a direct reflection of who you are at your core and who you are at a moral level. I don't care what you look like. It doesn't matter what you drive, what you look like. The person you lay up with is a direct reflection of who you are. And if that person's a snake, if that person's manipulative, if that person is nasty, so are you. And think about it, when you're dealing with a man who's an asshole or he's narcissistic, he most likely has a narcissistic abusive girlfriend or wife at home who probably abuses him and treats him like shit, or has stripped him of his power in some kind of way. If you think about it, Stockholm syndrome. I can't help she sees me as competition with my own father. That's sick. That's sick. That's really sick. Sometimes it's your own father. People always talk about, oh, you got to be careful with step parents. Sometimes your biological parents fucking suck. And again, patriarchy has made it where people feel like they have to conform to whoever you have kids with. That's who you have to stay with. Or you can't, it doesn't matter if your biological parents suck, you can't, or if it doesn't matter if your family sucks, they're your blood family, so you got to deal with it. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. If I feel like my child having a stepfather is a way better fit for her than her actual biological father, then that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. The fuck? You got get back to your dreams. Sorry. No, it's fine. You got people You got people, sometimes some people, especially for those of y'all that have kids, a lot of people that you have kids with, they would rather your child be in a one parent household while they in and out inconsistent, while they got their family somewhere, than for your child to have a stepmother or a stepfather. It's sick. You got your you got your mothers and fathers who stay together. You got mothers and fathers who stay together. Patriarchy has done a number on people. It's done a number on people. It's done a number on people. Patriarchy has done a number on people. And people call themselves gods and goddesses, but on a patriarchy are fucking lost and ignorant and don't know who they really are. You can't call yourself a god or a goddess and you submitting to patriarchy. And some two parent households are toxic. I know somebody that got a two parent household now, and all they do is fight. But a lot of people will feel like, well, if my child does good in school, if they get good grades, if they get a good job, if they do this, if they do that, then it doesn't matter if the household is toxic. It's like, yes, it does, because yeah, they may grow up to have things, but their relationships are gonna fucking suck. And you just officially created a legacy of toxicity in relationships. Congratulations. Congratulations. But hey, your kid gets good grades. Hey, your child it got their master's degree. Hey, your child is making six figures. Hey, your child is successful. But yet they don't know how to connect and help, but they can't get a healthy relationship to save their fucking life. But when you're dealing with people that material things matter more than connection and character development, that's what you get. Superficial, disconnected people. The priority is peace. Peace is the priority. I don't give a fuck about doing shit for image and doing shit because it looks good or that's societal norms. I care about what and who brings me the most fucking peace. My mother had to behave like a single mother because he did absolutely nothing, no matter how critical, nothing. Now the kids will learn for their own relationships. Yeah. And it teaches children to prioritize image and material things over genuine connections. And it's like people pass down a generational curse. Well, at least my child has a two parent household. All y'all do is fight. Y'all can't stand each other. Your child is smart, but they have behavioral issues. Now what? And with Pluto and Aquarius, where we're going as a society, all that, who has what degree, who has this, who has that, if you don't have the character development or the behavior to go with it, it's not gonna matter. Where society is going, all those systems and all that shit is being dismantled. I'm telling everything. What's gonna matter moving forward is your character. Y'all seen that Black Mirror episode where the girl, like, based on your interactions with people, they will rate you, and if your rating was bad, you couldn't book no flight, you couldn't drive no car, you couldn't get no gas. Money is not going to be a thing anymore. Energy is really about to be the new currency, literally. When I was very sick as a child, he would beat my mom because she asked him to support her in taking me to the hospital. Each time I watched him be violent toward her, she was scared. That's sad, Toya. And that's really sad. My name is Teresa. Oh, yeah, she ended with the lady truck driver. It was a crazy episode. I'm telling you, that Black Mirror episode, I don't know the name of that episode, but if you Google Black Mirror episode where people are rated by their by their interactions, I'm sure it'll come up. But that's where the society is going to be going. Not exactly like that, but basically it's about who you are as a person, not what degree you hold, not status, none of that. It's who you are as a person. It's about to be an equal playing field. And as much as these people don't want that, it is what it is. I heard the new series wasn't good. But back to the dream real quick. There's a mother figure. There's a mother figure that is trying to mix something of hers and yours. Like, there could be a mother figure that wants her son or that wants someone to see you. Like, somebody could be like, say you have children with somebody, or this could even be that you're dating somebody. This could be like your in-laws. Their mother could be bitter. It's something about their mother. Maybe, I don't know, there's something about I don't know if somebody here wants you to be like their mother or that person's mother, or there's a mother figure. It could be your mother. I don't know. But there's a mother figure that's trying to mix her shit into yours. It's heavy enmeshment. Heavy enmeshment. And the other part of the dream, I was in like this classroom, this school. So it's definitely something about feminine energy, mother figures that was really heavy, and children and parenting. Whether you have kids or not, it can even be just you parenting yourself. Somebody wants you to look like you're an unfit mother. For some of you guys that have children, this could be your child's grandmother, their father's mother. That's fucking evil and spiteful and hateful. And she wonder why, and they wonder why their sons end up with hateful bitches, not wanting to own up to the fact that their son is with somebody that's just like their hateful ass, their hateful crazy ass. And they don't like you, God. They don't like you, collective, because you're the opposite of that. And they don't want this masculine to be around you and to see, and for you to help them see what the fuck is going on. But anyways, oh, you haven't watched it yet? Yeah. And for those of you that don't have kids, it can be your inner child. Somebody wants you to neglect something about yourself. Some of you guys have a gift. You can be really artistic. You could be really creative. It's like somebody here could be trying to siphon your creative energy. If you guys watched the last live, I touch on that. Somebody wants to siphon like your creative energy, your sexual energy. They want to block your voice. They don't want you to talk. Somebody here hates the way you express yourself. They hate the way you dress. They hate the way you talk. They hate what you do for work. They hate pretty much everything about you, or they're jealous of it, or they want it for themselves. But y'all, I'm getting sleepy. Somebody could be born on June 6th. But I'm getting sleepy, y'all. Good night. Somebody could be born on May 17th as well. Girl, I just told you it was that soft girl ever water sign man. She said soft girl ever water sign man. Toya, you are hilarious. When I say I'm resonating with wicked grandmother and family child, there's people that don't want y'all to have nothing. And I want to say something to you guys before I get off. Your blessings are delayed. They're not being denied. Because in the dream, Somebody was on, I was on a waiting list for a house, and when I told somebody the good news, they weren't happy. So some of you, and it doesn't have to be a house. It could be a job, it could be a car, it could be a relationship or friendship, whatever it is that you want. It's coming. It's delayed, but it's not denied. But don't tell nobody your plans. Don't. Not until you get the key, not until you sign, not until it's officially yours. Don't tell nobody nothing. People can't attack what they don't know. And when you have to interact with a person or people that you know don't mean you well and they're hateful, keep it very neutral. Don't engage much. If they bring up a topic that's triggering, don't engage with it. Just agree with them, nod and agree, and leave it at that. A lot of people will bring up triggering topics to get you wound up, to get you to engage, and then once you're all worked up, they will disengage, walk away, and you're left with that energy that you gotta cleanse off you, which is a form of energy harvesting, which is a form of spell work too, whether they know that they're doing that or not. So rewind, guys, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Good morning, because it's now morning. Somebody could be born on May 19th. You're pulling on my energy, Jen. I don't know though. Thanks, Toya. All right, good night, ladies. Love you all. Bye.